Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Ryan Prosick. The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection Agency hosted a public meeting on Wednesday to give residents the opportunity to publicly comment on the proposed waste transfer station in Hazleton. Residents who attended were given 5 minutes each to testify about the impact the transfer station would have on the community.
We heard from residents tonight. We appreciate them coming out. The concerns that we expected, the trucks, the air quality issues, the odors, the possibility for animals getting in there, the amount of trucks going through the neighborhood, the duration of time that the trash will sit at the transfer station. Those are all concerns we were ready for and expected. So what happens now is we prepare a comment response document based on all the comments we heard here tonight from the public, and that's going to take several weeks.
Connolly said the hearing is an important step in the process for the Department of Environmental Protection Agency.
Those are all issues that normally comes up in situations like this and that the public has a right to be concerned about, and the DEP plans on addressing them in their comment response document. It's important for the DEP to review a permit that we feel meets the regulations and standards set forth in the Solid Waste Management Act and the state statutes that regulate waste transfer stations.
However, some residents still have reservations about the location of the proposed transfer station on State Route 93 in Hazleton at 455 East Broad Street.
But if you want to kill Hazleton right now, you put a dump on Route 93 behind the Elks across the street virtually from the hospital. You destroy downtown Hazleton and its infrastructure, right? Who's going to want to go to a restaurant or to one of our colleges downtown or to a store or a bodega when all they smell is garbage, when there's leaching chemicals from garbage trucks. And we learned tonight two very important things that are not necessarily being talked about in the public. The dump will receive asbestos. I'm calling it a dump. That's probably not the best word. Garbage transfer station. It will receive asbestos, highly carcinogenic asbestos, and according to the permit, radioactive waste. Okay, how many ways are there to kill a Hazletonian? A whole lot. I know that I came across very forcefully, but if you talk about killing the city that I love so much, I don't have to be polite. I can state the facts just like they are, and they're bad. They're really bad.
Jackety also pointed out that the transfer station has been met with concerns from residents on both sides of the political spectrum.
A lot of people didn't notice, but there were Democrats here tonight, there were Republicans, there were independents, there were people who don't identify with anything politically. And this brought us together. This brought us together because it's an existential threat.
The public hearing was held at the Hazel Township Volunteer Fire and Rescue on Church Street in Hazleton. The Luzerne County Bureau of Elections has announced that they will be sending out campaign fine violation notices this week. The announcement came after the Luzerne County Controller's Office audited campaign finance reports from January 2023. The audit found that 45 candidates and 49 committees were in violation of the Pennsylvania campaign finance law. Anyone that receives a letter regarding a violation is asked to bring a certified check or money order payable to the Luzerne County Treasurer's Office to the Luzerne County Election Bureau on North Pennsylvania Avenue in Wilkes-Barre. A lady was killed Monday morning at a factory in the Crestwood Industrial Park in Mountaintop, according to Luzerne County Coroner Jill Matthews. According to reports, a woman identified as Iris Adams was accidentally crushed while working at I2M, a company known for the manufacture of flexible plastic film. Following an autopsy on Wednesday, it was concluded that the victim's death was accidental and caused by blunt abdominal trauma. We reached out to I2M for comment, but as of this broadcast, we have not heard back. 2 men were arrested on Wednesday for drug sale involvement. When police executed a search warrant on a home on South Main Street in Plains Township, quantities of fentanyl and suspected crystal methamphetamine, along with a revolver and digital scale, were seized. Dwight Aaron and Isaiah Postle Jones then led police on a high-speed chase before being apprehended. They faced multiple drug and gun-related charges. One riverfront event for the region has been postponed due to the unfavorable weather. The Riverfront Parks Committee has made the decision to postpone this weekend's annual Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre. The event will be rescheduled for later in the summer. The cancellation was made in the interest of public safety due to expected storms for the upcoming weekend. Governor Josh Shapiro has recently signed a bill into law that is designed to protect the insurance industry from cyber crimes. Under the law, it is now required by licensees to perform risk assessment checks to identify risks to cybersecurity. The act also includes the insurance licensees to inform the insurance commissioner within 5 days that a cyber breach occurred. Each licensee is also expected to establish an incident response plan to recover from cyber attacks and ensure that the customer is protected in case of a breach. The FBI has reported Americans lost approximately more than $10.3 billion, a 49% increase from 2021. It wasn't food that was stolen from a Scranton restaurant on Wednesday morning. Instead, it was a unique board game that was up for a raffle as part of an annual charity event. The Office Monopoly set was taken from Cooper's Seafood House in Scranton, which is well known for its office merchandise and decor. This Monopoly set was set to be raffled off in August to raise money for a nonprofit organization called Dr. Jen's Hope, established in memory of Dr. Jennifer Sadari, who passed away in 2013. If you have any information about the missing board game, please call Cooper's Seafood at 570-346-6883 or the Scranton Police Department at 570-348-4130. According to prosecutors, there is a statistical match between the DNA at the crime site and the DNA of Brian Koberger, the Monroe County man suspected of killing 4 University of Idaho students last year. According to court documents, Koberger's DNA was compared to DNA discovered on a knife sheath retrieved from the scene, and it was a statistical match, they claim. Koberger was charged by a grand jury and could receive the death penalty if convicted. Next Tuesday, we'll see a hearing to halt the trial so he could challenge the grand jury's indictment. Coming up on Wyln News, the Pennsylvania Career Link hosted a hiring event today. Plus, the Hazleton Police Department received a grant for its K-9 unit. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast, brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
We want your child to be our Wyln Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on Wyln News and Wyln social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the Wyln News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the Dairy Bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information.
Tune in for this week's show on Let's Talk Chiropractic, where we're going to cover Melina with her case of joints that fall apart from Ehlers-Danlos. It's going to be an excellent show.
Welcome back to Wyln News. A line of people stretched down the block today for a job fair event at the Pennsylvania Career Link in Hazleton. We spoke with site administrator Christine Jensen about what was attracting such a large group of people.
The PA Career Link in Luzerne County offers employers the opportunity to do recruitment events at our office 3 times a month at no cost. Today, Little Leaf Farms is here, and they're recruiting for positions at their facility in McAdoo, packaging machine operators. And every time they're here, we have a great turnout.
Jensen said that today's event is just one of many that happen frequently at their location on North Laurel Street.
So we have a wonderful calendar of events next week. On Tuesday, the State Correctional Institution is here recruiting. So we'll encourage employers that are interested in us helping them recruit, get in touch with us. We'll get them set up for a recruitment event at our office. And if you're a job seeker looking for a job, come on down. Love to help you.
In addition to hiring events, Jensen said that Pennsylvania Career Link also provides other services in the community.
Well, we have not only the ability to help you find a job, but we also have training dollars for individuals that need training in high priority occupations. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please come down to the office. You don't need an appointment.
The Little Leaf hiring event ran today from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The Hazleton City Police Department received a grant this week from the Running for Heroes organization. The grant provided almost $800 worth of equipment to the Hazleton City K-9 unit. We spoke with Patrol K-9 Officer Brandon McGinnis about what the grant will mean for the unit.
When we receive this equipment, it kind of takes the load of purchasing this equipment and regularly replacing this equipment. That just basically helps, increase the effectiveness of our K-9 unit.
McGinnis said the grant provided a variety of equipment that can be used to help train canines.
So we received the e-collar, which is almost a $300 product. That's definitely it's a big donation to us. We also received these scent boxes that are magnetic and hide drugs, as well as scent these bags that are used to hide drugs as well in different areas and to store them effectively in our safe. And then we also received what's called a bite pillow and bite tugs, which are used to reward the dog and work on different bite techniques without having to put a handler or a decoy in a suit. And these are actually pretty expensive because they're specially made for canines and with special materials to kind of mimic the suits that we wear. And then we also received some tracking leads, which are some of the types of equipment that's regularly need to be replaced because just regular wear and tear.
Running for Heroes is an organization that does fundraisers for police departments and their canine units in memory of fallen officers and canines. McGinnis said the department is always looking for grants to apply for and is always willing to do public demonstrations with the canine unit. The unit is looking to expand in the next year and will be doing a t-shirt fundraiser in the near future. Pennsylvania's state insect, the firefly or lightning bug, can often be seen lighting up summer nights. But experts say that they may be in danger of disappearing forever. Declining firefly populations have been negatively affected by habitat loss to development, overuse of pesticides, increased light pollution, and climate change. However, experts say there are some easy steps that people can take to help save the fireflies. First, it is recommended to turn outdoor lights off as much as possible at night so that they do not interfere with firefly flashes that assist in mating and breeding. It is also important to plant native plants and trees and avoid chemical pesticides. You can document firefly sightings using the iNaturalist app, which is available for iPhone and Android users. The Pennsylvania Game Commission has announced that hunting licenses are officially going on sale on Monday, June 26th at 8 a.m. This year, however, resident hunters can purchase an antlerless deer license in person or online on June 26th. For more information, you can visit pgc.pa.gov for all license details and for 2023 to 2024 seasons and bag limits. Hunters are also able to download and print the 2023 to 2024 hunting and trapping license menu on the Game Commission website. Coming up on Whitehaven's News Choice, Marty Burns is back with Let's Talk Sports. Plus, travel through time with our historian, Chris Fulmer, on A Path Through History, Drums, Part 1. And stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results. So elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Much has changed over our 75 years, but the thing that never does, the anticipation, the holding of breath until that first green flag drops and the crazy journey begins all over again. If you could travel 75 years from now, you might not recognize much at all. But one thing will never change. That feeling you get when the race begins again. Get your tickets now at PoconoRaceway.com.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
A Thursday edition of Let's Talk Sports brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, and talk about the NBA and their champion, the Denver Nuggets, winning the title. Nikola Jokic, MVP of the finals. And Michael Porter Jr., his teammate, in the post-game press conference, may have had too much bubbly when he made the comment that Jokic, he thinks, is the best big man ever. We'll just focus on centers, and I know people will say, oh, he's going to say Embiid, and I'm not going to say Embiid, even though I think Embiid dominated him in the 2 games that they played this year. Another 76er center that took them to the promised land that I think was a whole lot better than Jokic at this point was one Moses Malone, and we can even throw out the names of Patrick Ewing, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal, and then the 3 greats, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell. We're saying Jokic is better than all those men. May want to pump the brakes a little bit, or maybe stay off the champagne before we go to our post-game presser. Some interesting off-season news. Bradley Beal looks like he'll be headed to the Suns. They didn't inform CP3, his son did when he heard it on television. And the concerning thing, if I'm a Phoenix Suns fan, it sounds like ownership is listening to Isaiah Thomas. Great player at Indiana in college under Bobby Knight. 2-time NBA champion with the Pistons. But as a front office guy, let's all remember the New York Knicks under Isaiah Thomas. Maybe we want to find a different person to get advice from, especially personnel-wise. And it'll be interesting to see what goes on with Draymond Green opting out. It's believed James Harden's going to opt out of his deal. What happens to both of those players? And then the future of the NBA starts tonight in Brooklyn with the NBA draft. So enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow for an end of week Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute.
What happens at Lehigh Valley Health Institutes? What's next happens. Here, you'll find the most advanced innovations in heart and vascular, neuroscience, surgery, orthopedics, and cancer care. You'll find invaluable alliances like the one we have with Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And one team, your team, singularly focused on getting you better. Here is where exceptional happens. Lehigh Valley Health Network. Your health deserves a partner.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Much has changed over our 75 years, but the thing that never does, the anticipation, the holding of breath until that first green flag drops and the crazy journey begins all over again. If you could travel 75 years from now, you might not recognize much at all, but one thing will never change, that feeling you get when the race begins again. Get your tickets now at PoconoRaceway.com.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Local Native Americans did not stay long in what is now the Sugarloaf Valley. They primarily lived along the Susquehanna River to the west, and only traveled through the valley, which they referred to as Towamensing or the wilderness. The first European to set up root in the valley was John Balliet, who arrived in 1784. He would operate a tavern for travelers in the area. Another early settler was Samuel Woodring, who built the first sawmill and gristmill on the banks of Nescapec Creek in 1813. And then there was George Drum. He was born in 1762 just west of Bethlehem, the son of German immigrants. In 1774, when he was 12, Native Americans attacked his farm, killing his father and carrying off his mother. George escaped by hiding up the chimney. He would go on to serve in the Revolution and eventually found his way to the Sugarloaf Valley, becoming the first settler in what became Cunningham. Drum later purchased land a bit further to the east, opening the first hotel in the area. The original Drum's Hotel still stands today as a private residence. Drum also serves as Justice of the Peace for Sugarloaf Township, and it was in his honor that the community around this hotel would be given the name Drums, originally with an apostrophe that would later be dropped. George Drum's sons also made a name for themselves in the area. Philip Drum became a large landowner in the area after purchasing Luzerne County land from Dr. Benjamin Rush, a signer of the Declaration of Independence. In 1810, Philip established the area's first carding mill on the banks of Nescapec Creek. Later, in 1835, he built a woolen mill next to the carding mill. Another son, William, became Drum's postmaster in 1826. Members of the Drum family would personally hold this position for over a century. A third son, Abraham, ran the Stagecoach Stop Hotel in Drums and served as Luzerne County Sheriff in the 1850s and 1860s. The Drums area started growing slowly but surely throughout the early 1800s. Most early settlers were of German descent, split religiously between Reformed and Lutheran congregations. Both denominations, though, agreed to pool their resources to build a place of worship. As such, the Union Church was built in nearby St. John's, then known as Hughesville, in 1809. Under their agreement, the congregations would alternate use of the building every Sunday. Other prominent churches in the Drums area were built directly by the Drum family, including St. John's Church, opened in 1799 by George Drum Sr., and Trinity Church, sponsored by George W. Drum, which opened in 1844. Union Church's grounds would also be the site of the area's first school, built of logs, which also went up in 1809. As with church services, instruction was originally in German. Beginning in 1830, it would be augmented with 8 one-room schoolhouses all throughout the township. In 1870, the original school would be moved to a new location on Old Turnpike Road. The original wooden school closed in 1941, replaced with a brick structure across the road. This was used until a new building was erected not far away in 2001.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our Facebook, YouTube, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.
Tamaqua's tale begins in 1799 when German immigrant Burkhard Moser settled in the area. Originally from the Northampton County area, unconfirmed legend holds it that Moser may have been granted the land for services during the Revolution, perhaps even participation in the Boston Tea Party. Whatever the reason, Moser took root in eastern Schuylkill